Okay, moving from my crunch series, if we still have our med ball, now we can get some additional oblique work. So very simply, just like our very first exercise on the bench, where we lean back and found our balance point, we can always start with the feet on the ground, lean back, and again, I'm just gonna touch, touch. Notice the head rotates with the spine, okay? I'm not doing one of these. Let the head rotate, rotate, rotate. Just like you've heard maybe in gymnastics, where the head goes, the body follows. So if I am keeping my head here, which is something that you see a lot of people do, I'm actually not able to open up my spine as much. What are we trying to do with these exercises? I want to rotate and move the spine so those muscles can go into lengthened position. So where the head goes, the body will follow. Let my head go and look at my range of motion. If I keep my head there, I get tight here. If I turn, oh, that's the range of motion. I just open, turn, turn, turn. More advanced, lean back more, pick the feet up on the ground, boom, boom, boom. Try not to cross the legs. That's another common mistake. Try to keep everything as symmetrical as possible. I'm gonna keep right angles here. I'm gonna straighten the legs based on the balance point. I've got long legs and a short torso, so therefore I have to lean back more. If you have a longer torso and shorter legs, you might not have to lean back as much. You might have to straighten your legs more. That's okay. The key is be symmetrical as much. Don't be flailing around as you do this. That's a whole other series of exercises where you get into some chaos like our wrestlers and other athletes. But build your foundation first before you get crazy with your motion. Learn to control your body, then you can use your body to be faster, more explosive, all these other attributes. Quick note to my high school kids, my younger athletes. Right now, everyone wants to do the fun, cool stuff, so they're doing all the speed and agility and all that. Here's a big problem. A lot of these kids have not gone through fundamental training, therefore they can't even control their body. They can't even hold a single 1-minute iso lunge position without falling over. And yet, they are trying to run faster, move their feet faster, do all these things. And so they're working on the skill side of movement, but they don't have the control. It's like putting a kid in a Ferrari and they're pounding on the gas, but they don't even know how to use the brakes yet. So it's a dangerous recipe for later, for injury, and it's gonna halt their actual ability to move into their potential because they don't have the foundations. So, quick side note on that, but all of this is still the same. Before we get into one arm kettlebell, strap, this, that, and the other, if you can't even control your body simply, don't start doing all this other random, all sorts of stuff, okay? Keep it simple, build the basics. Your body will thank you for it, and your results will also get there much faster. Okay. All right, one of my finishers that I like to do with my athletes when we just have a floor or maybe a med ball is an exercise I call skywalkers. What we're gonna do is simply lie back, legs straight up in the air. This will also work a little bit of hamstring flexibility. I like to point the toes. Now, what I'm gonna do is place my hands directly on my shins, and I'm gonna crunch, 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 touch my ankles, and back down, very simply. I'm trying not to do a lot of this here. I'm just crunching, reaching. As you get stronger, you'll get higher. Again, more flexible, the straighter here. And again, the advanced version would be now med ball, touch the toes. Touch the toes, touch the toes, touch the toes. That's gonna be your extreme crunch / pike position from the floor.